Today, our thoughts and prayers go out to all those affected by Hurricane Sandy.
Salvation Army also lending a helping hand in the wake of Hurricane Sandy.
Salvation Army volunteer from Wisconsin.
The Salvation Army here in Laredo is already on standby, prepared to help in the recovery.
The state is also lending a helping hand to the East Coast. 2 feeding units from the Salvation Army in Jackson are ready to head toward states expected to get hit by Hurricane Sandy.
The Salvation Army is among the many agencies who will be responding to Superstorm Sandy. Joining me on the phone is Stephen Mays with the Salvation Army's Emergency Response Division in Manhattan. It's good to talk to you. What is your first order of business?
Chris, it's a pleasure to be with you this morning. Our first order of business yesterday as the storm rolled in was to secure our own personnel and just try to hunker through the storm like everybody else. But we began receiving requests to handle the feeding piece at various shelters throughout Long Island, in the Mid-Hudson Valley, and even to Orange County. And we partnered with the Red Cross at several of these locations just to support with food. Our local centers are prepared to produce food, and so that's an easy piece for us to fit.
The Salvation Army is currently serving survivors and first responders in 7 states, including the hardest hit New Jersey and New York. In New York, the Salvation Army has been named as the lead agency for the city's Food Access Plan, which coordinates feeding at local shelters. For the latest news and service information, please visit our National Emergency Disaster Services website. In a 4-day tour of Salvation Army ministry in Florida, our international leader, General Linda Bond, visited with the division's officers at their officers' councils. The general then addressed thousands of Salvationists during a soldiers' rally. Also included in the tour was the opening and dedication by the general of the Center for Holiness Studies, believed to be the first in the Army world.
The Center for Holiness Studies at Camp Keystone was actually catalyzed by an interest from the soldiers of the Florida Division in studying holiness. There's a tremendous amount of interest from our natural family members in the Wesleyan and holiness tradition, from the Nazarenes and the Wesleyans and the Methodists. And so we are thankful that the resources were available, and we are looking forward to a wonderful new resource for the study of holiness for the Florida Division and for the Salvation Army worldwide.
The General's final engagement in Florida was to speak at the St. Petersburg Corps Centenary Celebration.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you, and I should say, happy anniversary. I would sing it to you, but I'm not much of a singer. I could have Keitha Needham come up here, and she could do a marvelous job, but happy anniversary. This is good enough. This is wonderful. In fact, that was to me worth coming for. Do you know that? I don't lie at all. It's one thing I don't do. I don't lie, and I tell you now, it was worth coming here to hear you today. People who have no hope in heaven, people who have no peace in this life, we have to tell them there is a Savior.
Archive recordings of both public meetings can be found at the address below. In closing, we turn to Joshua. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Tune in next week for more Salvation Army news from around the world. For Salvation Army Today, I'm Roberta Simmons-Smith. Good day, and may God bless you.